Hey guys, Cal here, and today we're taking a look at the 2024 Ford F-150 with the PowerBoost. If you guys don't know what that is, that's Ford's EcoBoost paired with their new hybrid system. Before we get into the review, I just wanted to give a quick shout out and thank you to Bob Johnson Ford in Avon, New York for making this review possible and letting me use the truck today. If you'd like to see their inventory, I have all their info in the description below. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Starting off on the front end of our 2024 F-150 PowerBoost, this is an XLT trim model. So if we start by taking a look at the headlight, you'll see that we do have the LED headlights followed by the LED brights down below. And since it is an XLT, you do have that halogen turning signal. Got the running lights running around the outside edge there all the way down into the fog lights. Do have these body color bumpers on here. This is the Avalanche Gray, and you'll see that surrounds this flat black grille in the middle. Do have your classic chrome Ford logo right there. Running into our other headlight and down to this side of the bumper. It is nice to see that Ford is still putting some tow hooks on the front of the trucks, because I was reviewing a Ram last week and noticed that the Laramie had no tow hooks on the front end. Thought that was a little strange. And since we're already up at the front of the truck, we'll take a look under the PowerBoost hood. So of course you have that 3.5 EcoBoost under the hood, accompanied by your hybrid system that is mixed in. Now total power output of this thing is 430 horsepower and 570 pound-foot of torque. And since it is a full hybrid, if you're decelerating or you're in light braking conditions, it'll actually use regenerative braking and recharge your battery while you're slowing down. And moving down the passenger side of the truck, we'll take a look at these 20-inch 6-spoke dark alloy wheels, as Ford calls them, on this XLT. They are wrapped in the Hankook Dynapro AT2s, and that tire size is a 275/60/20 on this truck. Moving down the bed sides, we do see these Sport 4x4 decals. Those are a part of the XLT Sport Appearance Package, so those are an available option. And then we move around to these halogen brake lights and turning signals, as well as your halogen reverse lamp there. Do have body color bumpers on this XLT. You'll see it does have the parking sensors on the rear bumper here. I did not see those on the front bumper. And then I do like how with the electric, got the new style and the old style. It's kind of nice that Ford is making these open from the bottom instead of the top, because then you can actually kind of see what you're trying to put it into there. And then bring the tailgate down. Got a nice slow drop as normal. If we take a look around in here, we do have little lights in the bed. We got 4 tie downs around each corner of the bed there. And then this one does have your sort of power boost setup. So of course you have those little outlets down there. So if you got some table saws you're trying to run, I don't know, maybe like a little coffee machine back here on the tailgate you're trying to run, you can do that. And then this guy here, of course, we've all seen this in a lot of the newer Fords. If you're a big fisherman, I guess you can measure how big the fish you just caught is with this cool little ruler that is on the tailgate. And then, you know, little trays for your lures. You know, I mean, I don't really know if there's an abundance of uses for this stuff back here, but you can, you know, decide what you want to do with it. And taking a look at the fuel door here, I did get it to open once without going inside the truck, because I think it locks on its own. But you do have to go into the truck, hit your little fuel door button here, and then that'll finally pop that open for you. And you know, you see they give you a cute little diagram here on what you should be doing when you're filling your gas. And of course Ford's easy fuel system they've had for years. And then once you shut it, you do have that locking system that I shut it like that. Now it does like a little solenoid noise and you hear it lock, and then it does not reopen when I go to hit it like that. So locking fuel door, Depends on who you are. You can look at it as a good thing or a bad thing. And just a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel now if you haven't already, and leave a like on the video. I'll be putting out auto reviews just like this one every week. And moving into our back seat, open the door here. Take a look at the materials. We do have some padded leather on the door there. Have also sort of a padded leather material up top towards the windowsill here. And Ford does have this really neat little city map here. I don't exactly know what city this is, probably just something made up, but kind of a fun little map diagram they're putting as a trim piece on the back seats here, as well as the front seats. You do have sort of a smaller cup holder or little sort of thing that people can toss things into here. Got your window switches there, that Ford door handle that is inside the handle there. Another little place for people to stuff things into in the back seat here. Your speaker. And taking a look at the back seat as a whole, you'll see it does have the 60-40 split back here. So if I fold the bench up, you'll see it does kind of reveal a little sort of toolbox or whatever you want to call it that is under the seat that you can put stuff into. Now it does have these little hinges at the corners, so if you ever want to fold this whole unit down and lift the entire back seat up so you can put like a bicycle or something like that back here, you do have that option. And then when you're ready to shut it, you just pull this little tab here, that'll release it, and then set it back down like that. And climbing into the back seat, you'll see here I am 6'2", and I'm sitting behind myself, and I still got about a little, maybe like an inch or so of leg room before I hit the back of the chair here. And we do see down below, you do have the air vents. These are a little bit bigger than the ones that were in the Chevy that I reviewed. And I also see that the Chevy that I reviewed last time did not have a 12-volt plug in the whole truck. This one does actually have a 12-volt plug in the back seat here, as well as, if you go down here, you do see it has that USB Type C and that USB Type A down there. And then if you open this one up off to the right, you do have that power outlet because this is the PowerBoost. So this thing has power outlets absolutely everywhere. And moving up to the front door here, you'll see that Ford is still giving you that security pass, that keypad, so you can lock the keys in the truck while you go out on the jet ski, like that option. Again, put your hand in the door to unlock it, and we'll open it up there. See, it's the same materials as we saw in the back seat. You got that nice padded leather down there. Another padded material that's a little bit harder up on the top edge there. And then you do have that more plasticky material right here and right here. And Ford does have that sort of city map image up on the front here. Got your lock and unlock. You have your mirror adjuster switch there. You have your window switches down here. Both front windows are automatic. And of course the child lockout switch for the rear windows there. And then you do have that center door pocket right there. Your speaker, and then you do have your big door pocket down here. I like how Ford kind of pushes this out towards the front so it's a little bit wider, have a little bit more space to toss some of your stuff. And before we get into the truck, we'll just take a quick look at the payload. It is 1,599 pounds on this guy. Do got the Ford logo in the black plastic down below. Got your lumbar and seat controls down here. Just a basic black plastic material down here. And then as you can see, it is a fabric, just a basic cloth seat because this is just an XLT model with sort of that pattern that we've seen on Fords for the last couple years in the inlays in the middle. Moving on to your controls, on the left side of the steering wheel, you'll see Ford putting a cool little American flag in the chrome trim here. And you'll see we have the headlight switches down here, your fog lights in the center, your dimmer switches, your cargo light right there, and then there's that button I hit earlier to unlock the fuel door. You do have your electronic pedal adjustment right here, as well as your electronic parking brake. You have your manual adjustment for the steering column right there. And then these buttons right here are your outdoor spotlights, which we've seen on some of the other F-150s. So if you hit that on, and I close the door and take a look at the mirror, gives me a little spotlight on the side mirror to go, you know, if you're maybe going down the trail out in the woods, you see a deer or you want to see what's going on outside of the truck if you're off-roading. Very, very cool option to have. This is on the driver and passenger side mirror. And in the driver's seat here, taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see some of that texture in the leather there the Ford has for us. These 4 buttons on the left side of the steering wheel are going to be for all of your cruise control stuff right there. You have your lane keep assist button right here, your volume up and down for the radio. You have your voice controls for your phone calls and Siri and all that kind of good stuff right here. And then hang up your phone calls there. If you want to seek to the next station, got your radio buttons there. And then all these little buttons right here are going to control your little driver information center up ahead. And moving into your driver information center up top, my view right at the top of the screen here is going to be a quick look at all your basic info. Just kind of goes through your average MPG, your trip timer, all that good stuff there. And then if we hit the back button, it'll take us back to this menu here. You got your trip and fuel info, your truck info, your towing, and then below that you have your navigation, phone, audio, and your overall settings for your driver information center up here. Got your odometer down there, what gear you're in there, how many miles to E. And I do like how Ford has incorporated this digital display with, you still have your classic rev counter off to the left there, as well as your speedometer there, and you do have the digital speedometer. And then you have all your oil pressures, all your temperatures, and all that good stuff up top, as well as just sort of your normal fuel gauge. Moving down into the center, we have your trailer brake controller, as well as your 4-wheel drive selector right there. And when using your little drive mode selector down here, you'll see that up on the screen, it does come up with some very cool little images here. You'll see they do have for the sport mode, it kind of turns red like that, and then changes the look of your overall gauges and has the little S down at the bottom there. And then we'll go into, you do have an eco mode there, got a tow haul, back to normal, and then slippery. I mean, there's, look at this, deep snow, sand. I mean, this thing just goes on forever. Oh, 4x4 shift in progress. Look at that. It does everything for you right there. You do have your heated seats and your climate controls, and it does have dual zone climate for your passenger. And then you do have your fan speed, your rear defroster, all that other good stuff right there. Do have a household power outlet up here. Again, another one inside the truck here. A 12 volt up front for you as well. And then you got your shift knob down here. And of course it does have that button to fold that away, so you have a nice clean slate here. Do have something here, maybe you can kind of toss a phone in there. You have your cup holders, and then this is a nice big deep cubby up here, and then it does have some extra phone chargers for you. And taking a look at our center console here, we do see some nice soft padded leather with that stitching on the edges. And we will open that up, and you'll see you do have a little tray, keep all your quarters and stuff in there. And then if we take a look down in the bottom, you'll see we do have some of those extra phone chargers down at the bottom. And this thing is definitely deep. I mean, you can definitely put a lot of stuff in there. And when you close it, I also noticed they have this little spot for a key up front. So you can even lock this up. So if you're having somebody valet the truck, whatever, you're keeping something valuable in there, you can lock it up. And taking a look at all of our buttons here, we have, this is your button to turn on your onboard generator. If you have to use it, it'll keep the engine running to continually supply power to the truck. You have this button here, which will open up your camera view. As you can see there, we have the rear view camera there and your rear bumper at the bottom. Have your hazards in the center right there. And then you have your traction control off all the way to the right side. And before we take a look at the radio, just wanted to take a quick look up at the dashboard. You'll see it is kind of a hard plastic up here that is textured sort of to spice things up. It does have that gray plastic surround right over the radio screen, which is the gray plastic that we saw on that section of the door panels. Do have a little spot up here to toss your cell phone, sort of like a little tray, and you do got your tweeter speaker up front. And over on the passenger side, we do have the double glove box. Hit that button there, and that'll open the top glove box for you. Open that up down there, and you have that. And taking a look at the radio screen, I believe this is their 12-inch display. You have your audio button down here, which will get you to your Sirius, your AM, and your FM, as well as your Bluetooth, music, and then you got your phone button down there so you can see your contacts, all that good stuff in this section. Got your navigation, which appears to be built in on this truck. Go over to the apps, and you will find your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto setup. Your general settings for the truck right there, and then you do have your features down here, which will give you a readout of your power flow when you're using that onboard generator button there, and you're using the truck as a generator. You'll be able to see how much power you're using with that button right there. And another nice thing about the radio to note is that they do have the physical volume buttons as well as the tune button, and you have your seeking buttons that are physical buttons as well, which I did not see in the Chevy that I reviewed a couple weeks back. And taking a look up top, you do see we have the interior lights here, as well as a switch for your rear slider, as well as your sunglass holder right here up top. And then if we open your visor, we see it does not come with a light. A little disappointed about that, to see that in a very expensive truck that we don't have a light in the visor. Maybe you got to step up to Lariat for that one. Really not too sure. And taking a quick look at the window sticker for you guys, you'll see the base price was $50,220. Had over $14,000 in options. If you guys want to, you can pause the video real quick to take a look at the window sticker and some of the options that this had on it. But all in all, you'll see between those options and the base price, ended up at $64,460. And one last quick thing before we wrap up this review, I just wanted to get a quick exhaust clip for you guys. Alright guys, signing off for this review of this Avalanche Gray Ford F-150 PowerBoost. This was the 2023 model. I just want to give another shout out to Bob Johnson Ford in Avon, New York for giving me this truck to review for you guys. I'll be making new reviews just like this one every week, so if you haven't subscribed already, hit subscribe now and leave a like on this video and comment below what videos do you guys want to see me review in the future. Maybe I can get my hands on them. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.